Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of Game of Game, a sports talk show with Samuel Lex and YK. This is a show where we'll give you everything that is happening in the world of sport. My name is Obutono Mayawa, popularly known as Samuel. Of course, as you can see on the screen, you've seen the dreaded man, one of your favorite sports analysts, Lex Bostimi. Lex, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How has been your day so far?
So far, so good. Thank God.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, YK is not going to be in today's program. He's not going to join us in today's program. But hopefully, by his grace, he's going to join us on Friday. I hope
it's not a transfer.
We need to go for a short break, but before we go for that short break, I quickly want to give you the talking points for today's program. We have two talking points to discuss in today's program. We'll be talking about the new rules in the upcoming Premier League 2024-2025 season, and we'll also be giving you the news in the world of transfers. So these are the two talking points we'll be giving to you in today's program. We'll be going on that short break right now. Very short break. When we come back, we'll digest on these two talking points. Don't go nowhere.
Jonas Concept. At Jonas Concept, we are expert in installation of steelwork, carport, car cover, collapsible, automated roller shutter, panel mesh, handrail, and flower pot spraying. You can contact us on this following number: 090-5734-9791, or follow us on YouTube or subscribe to our YouTube at Jonas Concept. Jonas Concept, expert in installation of steelwork.
Welcome back from that short break. This is your favorite show, Game of Games, a sports talk show with Samuel Lex and YK. All right. I quickly want us to dive into our first talking point. Lex, I want us to dive into our first talking point. Okay. There is this 5 new rules that came out. Is it 5 new rules for the upcoming Premier League that will kickstart this Friday? And by the way, the Premier League 2024-25 is going to kickstart this Friday. But in the meantime, we're going to give you the Premier League, all the matches. We'll preview the matches for you on Friday. We'll do that to you on Friday. Okay. But let's get down to business. Okay. Let me read out the rules for us. Let me read out the rules for us. The first rule says shorter stoppage time are expected. After goals. Official will only add time on the end of matches if celebration exceeds 30 seconds. That is number 1 rule. The second rule says semi-automated offside won't feature from the start of the season. Semi-automated offside won't feature from the start of the season, but expected to make an appearance after the international break in September. All right, that's number 2. Number 3 says after successful use of European of Euro 2024, players who are not captains will be automatically carded if they confront referees. Wow, fantastic. All right, number 4. In heated confrontations, trash stop. Okay, officials will be set. And finally, the fifth says referee to non-deliberate handball. Referees will also no longer automatically a yellow card non-deliberate handball. These are the 5 rules that will kickstart this Friday. Okay. Lex, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
The network. I think it's my end, but I don't really know. I pray. Okay, Lex, you are back, right? Are you there?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, now
Yeah.
let's start. Let's get down to business, okay? The first rule. I want us to talk about the first rule, okay? The first rule says shorter stoppage time are expected. Stoppage time. You know, the last season, you will see a stoppage time like okay, Lex. The first rule says shorter stoppage time are expected. You know, the last season you will see a stoppage time like 10 minutes of stoppage time. You understand? 10 minutes of stoppage time. But now, what they are trying to look at, I mean the FA, the English FA, what they are trying to look at is now is that regardless of your the time wasted during the match, you understand, especially the I'm trying to talk about the celebration after goals. You understand? The maximum time is 5 minutes. The maximum time they want to issue out now is 5 minutes. So what's the thing about that?
Okay, first, is it that they are giving a maximum time, or they are only saying that, oh, if your celebration is more than 30 seconds, we are going to add time. If it's less than 30 seconds, you are good to go. Because I don't think the rule says they want to put a cap of 5 minutes. What if there was a concussion on the pitch? What if there was an unavoidable incident that would there's a stoppage that definitely would increase the time that will be added. Does that mean we will not go beyond 5 minutes? I think what they are doing is they want to limit the idea of time wastage. Yeah, they want to limit the idea of time wastage. If your celebration is more than 30 seconds, they are going to add more time. If it's less than 30 seconds, it's still acceptable. We'll go with it. There will be no extra unnecessary adding of time. Although, I also think that adding extra time, like we saw last season and in the Euro 2022, right?
Yes.
Like we saw in those competitions, I think it was a necessity because we know how players behave. When you are in a position to win a game or to get a point from a game, and maybe you are in the driving seat, you tend to want to waste time. All these shenanigans that players do. I guess it worked well, and I don't know why there's always a constant change of rules, and I don't know why that is, because now what this is going to mean is that clubs will have to now do another kind of seminar or whatever for their players to understand the new rules. And I think this, for the past 5, 6, 7, 10 seasons, has been happening every year, every season. What is with the constant change of rules? Are we saying that we are just experimenting with every rule now? If we think of this one, we experiment it. If it doesn't work, fine. If it works, we change it again. Because it really does not make a lot of sense to me. Give us rules. Let the rules, at least let there be stable rules for 3 to 5 years before we think of changing it again. except of course if there is new innovation about technology like the goal line technology, like the semi offside technology and all of that. Apart from that, we are dealing with players who are humans, who can forget things quite easily. When they get carried away, they forget, they do these things, and then when they do them, they get penalized. It shouldn't be. We should give these people time to acclimatize themselves with the new rules, because now this is going to start. They are going to start implementing this right from Friday, and players whose club have not done that seminar, symposium, or that talk with them, they probably would not know exactly how it's supposed to be applied, how these rules are supposed to be applied. So I think the Premier League and the football governing bodies, they honestly need to do better in terms of constant change of rules in football. Let these people enjoy their game.
Fantastic. All right, let's go down to the second rule. Let's go down to the second rule, okay? The second rule says semi-automated offside won't feature from the start of the season. Semi-automated offside will not feature from the start of the season. I think you see a lot of the semi-automated offside technology that was used last season. You understand? Whereby they are going to draw a line, whereby they will find out maybe the opponent striker is maybe one of his arms is offside. You understand? So they won't use it at the start of the season, but subsequently they said they are going to introduce it after the international break in September. So what's your take about that, Lex?
Okay, I think the semi-automated offside is more than this drawing of line that you mentioned.
Yes.
I think the semi-automated is the engine. It's not the VR team or whatever that is drawing the lines this time. It is the technology itself that is detecting who is offside and who is not.
Oh yes.
You understand? So now, if this is the case, why are we not implementing it from the beginning of the season? So it means that if there's any controversy about offside or whatever that might have happened at the beginning of the season before the September break, that means that there is nothing that will be done about it. And then when the technology comes, we start a new era. Why not start from the beginning of the season and maintain consistency till the end of the season? Why do you think? I honestly do not appreciate how much of influence non-football playing people are having on this game. The people that are making these rules, they are non-football playing people. They honestly probably do not know how it feels to be on the pitch to play football. But they are here making the rules, changing the rules, affecting the rules however they like, wherever they like, whatever they like. It doesn't make sense, honestly. I think they need to do that.
The FA like to change rules at the start of the season, every season. You will notice that they like to change rules at the start of every season. So I think
that's my concern. That's my problem. Why? First of all, you are changing the rules too consistent, or too constantly. Then secondly, you are not consistent with even the timing. Why not just implement this rule at the beginning of the season instead of waiting until one international break?
Wow.
Because now again, teach their players what it means, what this semi-automated offside means. They have to teach them. They have to let them understand how it works. Now that the pre-season, what is the pre-season supposed to be for? You prepare them physically, mentally, and psychologically, and you introduce them to new rules, if there is any. Now, the whole of pre-season, that probably will not happen until the rule is about to be implemented. And then they start playing. It's not smart in my opinion, especially on the football playing individuals or personnel in the game of football. It's not smart. It's not a smart decision in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
Wow, fantastic. For Lex, Lex said it's not a smart opinion. It's not a smart opinion. Like I said earlier, the English FA love to change rules at the start of every season, and here are the 5 rules that they brought on, and we are diving down to the third rule. Okay. The third rule says players who are not captains will be automatically carded if they confront referees. Legs. Players who are not captains will be automatically carded if they confront referees. And looking at Euro 2024, I think they try that pattern. I mean, if you are not a captain and you question the referee, you'll be given a yellow card. And so the Premier League is trying to introduce that in this season. They are trying to introduce that this season because Lex, they found out that this is a success. It's a success. They succeeded. I mean, I don't want to put that in English. I mean, the Euro tried it and it's a success to them. So they want to implement that rule in Premier League. What's your take, Lex?
Okay, I think this is a good idea. In my opinion, of all the rules, I think I agree with this more. It's a good idea. I would like to see a Barcelona or a Real Madrid team that likes crowding, or Arsenal or Man City that likes crowding referees. I would like to see every player collect yellow card each in a game. They will go there because a decision does not go in their favor. They will crowd the referee, start screaming and shouting and all of that, trying to intimidate the referee. I would like to see all of them receive yellow card one after the other, if possible. If that's a possibility, I would like to see it, honestly, because players need to respect themselves. But in my opinion, I think there's new rule. Are you there?
Okay, I'm there. Yeah, Alex. I can hear you. Your opinion.
In my opinion, I think there's a downside to this rule, and the downside is this: if we have a referee who is grumpy, who is biased, who is however it is, because you cannot rule it out in football. A referee might be in a foul mode and decide, why are you talking to me? Collect a yellow card. And that's very, very detrimental to how the game proceeds. It might be very detrimental to the team. It could be in a very important situation where probably two teams are running for the trophy or the title, and then something like that might just be the end of it. Just like last season, that a lot of mistakes were made in terms of VAR and all of that. We cannot deny the fact that it affected how the season ended. Yeah. For example, Liverpool had quite a number of VAR decisions against them. One of the very prominent example was the Liverpool-Tottenham game.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right? Exactly. That game ended in a draw. In a loss, rather. Yeah, Liverpool lost that game.
Yes.
But Liverpool had a chance to win that game. The Liverpool were in the driving seat of that game for a particular period, and VAR mistakenly ruled the goal as offside. Yes. That was a mistake. That was detrimental at the end of the day to the campaign, to the title running. It was for Liverpool, right? So, if that's the case, we've seen an example of how mistakes or how officials can influence the results or the how things turn out on the pitch of football. Yeah. So, if we have a referee who is in a foul mode, who is in a very bad mode, who is not whatever, and he feels like, oh, this player is talking to me and he's not the captain, yellow card. This player is talking to me and he's not the captain. Yellow card. You collect yellow card, you collect red card, and you're out of the game. You understand? So I hope this. I hope the referees that will be used this season. I hope they will be as professional as they can.
Yes.
And they will not let this be a deciding factor in how games play out. If it's merited, nobody will complain.
Of course.
If there's a player who has the boundaries to do what he's not supposed to do, and the referee penalizes that kind of player, nobody is going to complain. But when it becomes a controversy, when it becomes controversial, that is where problems will start arising. And I don't think we want that in our game of football. You understand? I think we want a more stable environment for this game we all love. That's my opinion on that.
All right, fantastic. All right, let's move to number 4. Number 4 rules, okay? The number 4 rule says in heated confrontation, officials could be set to trial stopping matches and sending teams, to their penalty areas to cool down. Sending teams to their penalty areas to cool down. I mean, the officials has the right to send the team. Okay, you Chelsea team members go to your penalty area. Liverpool team members go to your penalty area. Just go and talk to yourself and cool down. I think that is a great idea, Lex.
How is it a great idea? How is it a great idea?
The confrontation match. The confrontation match. They use the word heated confrontation. You understand?
Why are we cooling down? Emotion is part of this game. Sometimes we actually need that emotion.
I know.
Right? Sometimes we need that emotion to push us to victory. We don't fight. Do you want to tell me that one of the reasons that we enjoy that Guardiola, Mourinho, Barcelona, and Real Madrid team was not because there's always emotion. There's always emotion that is employed, that is deployed every time, and we always look out for it. We are always on the lookout for it. We always want to see, okay, Sergio Ramos not doing one. Okay, this one not doing one. It's part of the game. Emotions are part of the game. We cannot completely remove emotions. If you like, ask them to go and cool down for 10 minutes. When they come back, if emotion is going to be employed, it's going to be employed. Why are we wasting time? Why are we attempting to waste time? Give them the chance to play this game with emotions. If there's anyone who has gone beyond the required or the necessary emotions, catch the person. Red card, yellow card, it doesn't matter. Penalize the person. You can't say because of emotion, no, you are raising your boot, you are showing stud, you are doing dangerous tackles and all of that. That's not allowed. It's a card offense. You get carded, and if it's a red card, you get out of the game.
Yes.
But you see, we can't completely rule out emotion from this game. We are humans, we are not robots.
I agree with you.
We are humans and not robots. So, saying they should go and cool down. Me, I don't want to cool down. I just want to play this game. This guy will don't vex me. I want to dribble him. Because I dribble him, now why he tackle me, all of us can't fight. Yes, I want to dribble him again. We can't remove emotion from the game. Honestly, we can't. And this is a very lame attempt at removing emotion from the game of football. To me, the attempt.
I agree with you. Emotion is part of football. I agree with you when it comes to play. Even in fact, not only football. Sport generally is all about emotion. You understand? If you don't have the emotion, if you don't have the zeal to work on the pitch of play, you can't win. I can remember Diego Costa when he was still at Chelsea. You see how rugged Diego Costa was when he was still at Chelsea. Well, emotion is very, very key. But in heated confrontation, I agree to this rule that in heated confrontation, anything can happen when it comes to white playing football.
That's not true. Let's be honest with ourselves. That's not true. When we say anything can happen, it means we are talking about death, physical fight, and all of that. When was the last time you saw physical fight?
Where I'm going to physical fight.
When was the last time? When was the last time in elite football, top five teams, top five leagues in the world, in Europe? When was the last time you saw physical fights
It's
in
been a while.
football among players? When was the last time? We
You
honestly
are
have
right.
not seen it in a very long time. In a very long time. So there's nothing like anything can happen. No, not in football, not in the football that we've come to know. The football that we've come to know, players actually know their limits. They know their limits. They know what they can do and what they cannot do. The things that they know they cannot do, if they do it, they are doing it codedly. So this to me, it's a really lame attempt at removing emotion from this game. This game cannot thrive without the emotion required. Honestly, that's what I think.
Fantastic. Because of our time, Lex, because of our time, let's quickly dive down to the last rule, on the list, okay? And the last rule says referee will also no longer automatically give a yellow card for non-deliberate handball. Your take about that, Lex?
See, can you see? Did you listen to this rule? Did you read it and listen to it? What does that even mean? In the first place, do they give yellow cards for non-deliberate handballs? This is handball, it is not deliberate. You are not impeding on a goal scoring chance rather. You are not stopping a counter. You are not stopping. You are not in the penalty box preventing a direct goal. You are not. Those are deliberate handballs. Now, when you are saying, "Oh, yellow card will no longer be given for non-deliberate handballs," do they give free yellow card for non-deliberate handballs before? So what exactly are these unnecessary rules that they are bringing? When the handball is not deliberate, they don't give yellow cards for it.
Yeah.
They only blow a foul for a foul. So why are we saying, no, the yellow card will no longer be given for non-deliberate handball? What exactly does that mean? What does it mean? I just come the rules
Maybe they are trying to, Lex, maybe they are trying to like look at some of the non-deliberate handballs that happened last season. You understand?
Like,
whereby
what are
the player got a yellow card or a red card. You understand? So maybe that's what they are trying to look at. After every matches, the referee has their how am I going to put it? After every match, the referee used to submit their report. Yeah, the referee used to submit their report. The match report. You understand? So maybe they are trying to look at that. Okay, any non-deliberate fouls, you are not going to get. Handball rather. I beg your pardon. You are not going to get a yellow card for it. It happens a lot last season. It happens a lot, and a lot of people, a lot of pundits, a lot of fans, even the coaches, the team entirely complained about the rules, the last season rules. Maybe that's why they come up with this new rule and say
let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not deceive ourselves. By the end of this season, this new season, they will still come up with new rules. We'll be here to see it. They will still come up with new rules. They're always doing trial and error, which is very unnecessary, and it's just silly. It's silly.
Fantastic.
Honestly.
That's English FC for you, Lex. That's English FC for you. Coming up with rules every day, every season rather. Okay. These are the 5 new rules that will be introduced in the upcoming Premier League 2024/2025 season. Okay. We talked about it. I and Lex will digest about it, especially Lex as talked excessively about it. Okay. But with this we are going to dive down to our second talking point. Lex, we have 3 minutes to end this show, to end this program. 3 minutes to end this program, but we are going to talk about transfers because a lot of our viewers want to know more about what is going on in the world of transfer. Okay, the first thing, the first transfer on my list is the league has officially announced by Manchester United. The league has officially announced by Manchester United. What the league brings to Manchester United, Lex?
Stability, maybe. Stability. The Manchester United team last season lacked a lot of spine at the back.
Spine, yeah. At the back, yeah.
They lacked. So this season they've gotten Euro, they've gotten the lead now at the back. Hopefully it stabilizes because they need stability at the back. They need protection for our showman. What's his name? Their goalkeeper. They need protection. Onana, yes. They need protection for Onana. He's a showman, and for his showmanship to come out well, he needs some layers of protection in front of him. And hopefully the lead Euro and the rest that are left in the team, they can provide that protection that it needs.
Fantastic. Ajax are interested in Aaron Ramsdale. I think to me that should be a good move for Aaron Ramsdale because ever since Arsenal goalkeeper has come into life, like this Arsenal goalkeeper that came from I think this lesser club in English Premier League. I've forgotten his name. Aaron Ramsdale has been you said?
He has been relegated to the background.
Yeah, exactly. So his move to Ajax will at least step him up a little bit. In fact, Aaron Ramsdale is going to be their number one goalkeeper. If this move eventually happens, I think he's going to be their number one goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. So Ajax are interested in Aaron Ramsdale, and although I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I wish Aaron Ramsdale should move to Arsenal. All right, let's move down to the next one. According to Crystal Palace says, Crystal Palace says Matt Gueye what superstar money. They are telling Crystal Palace are telling Newcastle that if you want to buy Maguire from us, it's worth a superstar money. What's your take about that?
Well, in the present football market, I think they are right. They are very right. The way he is a talent. Is it generational? I don't know yet, but he's a talent. He's very talented, right? So, but I read the message from the from Crystal Palace principal owner. He said if you want to buy a superstar, you have to pay superstar money.
Yes.
That's exactly how he said it. So it's true. If you want to buy Liverpool needed stability at the back. They have to fork out £65 million and £75 million for a goalkeeper and one defender. That's the way it works. In present day market, that's the way it works. When Liverpool got McAllister, everybody was shouting, "Oh, that was a steal for 35 million. Oh, that was a steal. That is worth more," and blah blah blah. All of those things. The fact remains that the market is not what it used to be. So if you think you need a certain player that will improve your team, whatever they are asking, where it's coming from, you'd have to be ready to pay. It's as simple as that. You have to be ready to pay.
Fantastic. We are just going to analyze one transfer window. But before we do that, I just quickly want to brush up the transfer news on my list. You understand? I just quickly want to brush up the transfer news on my list. Yeah, Paulo Dybala agrees to join Al Qatar. Paulo Dybala agrees to join Al Qatar, and he will be earning 15 million euros annually. He will be earning 15 million euros annually. Jadon Sancho wants PSG transfer. Jadon Sancho wants PSG transfer. Though YK is not on the show today, I would have thrown a question to I would have thrown a question to YK, you know, but it's not on the show today. Maybe on Friday. Maybe on Friday we are going to talk about this Jadon Sancho's.
I hope it's not that YK is negotiating a transfer from this team.
I don't know. I don't know for him. Okay. All right. All right. Atletico Madrid set sight on N'Golo Kante. Atletico Madrid set sight on N'Golo Kante amid pursuing of Gallagher pursuit. Okay. Because I don't really know what happens to Gallagher pursuit. The Gallagher transfer saga. I don't really know what happened, but I think he has moved back to Stamford Bridge. So they want to.
Was it not confirmed?
You said?
Was it not confirmed? That transfer has been confirmed. You know what happened?
Last week, the medical was successful. It was confirmed, but I think what really happened is that there is the agreement between Chelsea and Atletico is not that mutual. You understand? They didn't have mutual agreement. You understand? So that's what really happened. The salary is confirmed. Everything is, he has accepted everything, but the agreement between Chelsea and Atletico is not. So before we talk about the last one, Joao Felix wants Chelsea move, and now Lex, just 1 minute. I just want us to use 1 minute to discuss about this. Okay, according to Didier Drogba and John Mikel Obi, they spoke with Victor Osimhen, and they both said that Osimhen truly wants Chelsea move. Your take about that?
I don't know. I don't think I actually like the idea of Osimhen going to Chelsea. We in the past years, I think very few strikers have been very successful at Chelsea. If you have been honest, very few strikers, and Osimhen is very important to us as a nation, and we really want the progress of his career club-wise, so that he can continue to deliver country-wise. But as it stands, if he should go to Chelsea and there is a problem with his career, there is a stagnation in his career, it's going to affect him, and it's going to inadvertently affect the nation, affect Nigeria and the national team. So I honestly, in my humble opinion, I'll prefer him going to a PSG or a Juventus or whatever, but not a Chelsea. Maybe even a Manchester United, but not a Chelsea. Honestly,
I want him at Chelsea as a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I understand.
Do you know that
Lukaku is still a Chelsea? And look at how much of a journey Lukaku has done despite being a Chelsea player. Strikers are honestly not lucky. Look at Shevchenko before he came to Chelsea. He was one of the hottest in the world, not even in Europe, in the world. He was one of the hottest. He got to Chelsea and everything went down south. So I really do not know. I honestly would prefer that Osimhen goes to another club and not a Chelsea, and not Chelsea at all. Right now, Chelsea is not even looking like a club with direction. So I think he needs.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Oh, okay. With this, we are ending the show right about now. We are ending about now. So these are the two talking points in today's program. Okay. As always, we want you to share your views. We want to know what you think about today's talking points. We want you to support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel at Game of Game 25. Like us or follow us on our social media handles, Instagram and TikTok respectively as Game of Game 1_. Lex, thank you very much for joining us in today's program. And you out there, thank you very much for joining us in today's program. Until we see you again on Friday, and possibly I think we are going to have a special guest. We don't know, possibly, but on Friday you will get to know on Friday. All right, I'll see you again on Friday. Stay blessed. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Bye bye.